Migration occurs when people move permanently or temporarily from one place to another. Migrants are people who change their place of living willingly. Refugees are forced to leave their homes for various reasons. Those reasons can be political, economical, natural disasters, or war. For Croatian people, speaking about refugees and war is very difficult, because there was a war in our country. It was the War for Independence, and it lasted from 1991 to 1995.
Lots of people became internal or international refugees. It means that many of our people were forced to seek refuge in other parts of our country or some other countries. 750,000 people became refugees during the war. 13,583 people died. There were lots of kids who came to our school and lived as refugees in our village at that period.
It was in May 1992. I was finishing the 8th grade. I never thought there will be a war. I suppose nobody does. One morning, there were tanks on the street. My mom and dad told us kids to pack only necessary things, that we were going on a vacation and grandma and grandpa's in Split. Some of our cousins came with us too. My brother was in the 6th grade and my younger sister was in 3rd grade. I thought we would come back after the summer and that everything would be okay. The worst thing for me was leaving my dad behind. I did not see him for a year and a half. When I finally saw him, he was a changed man, a lot thinner. He never spoke at that period. The people were helping each other, no matter their religious confession. We survived the war. Our grandparents tried very hard to keep us safe and happy. We stayed in Split. Later, my parents found jobs and we tried to continue our lives as a normal family.
Watching the news about the situation in Ukraine, I cannot help myself not to think about our war and all the horrible things my family went through. 1993 was the saddest and the most painful year of my life. I went with my dad on a trip to Germany. It was supposed to last a week, but it lasted for 10 months. Over the night, the situation in our part of the country drastically changed. We could not reach my mom and my younger sister. They were left behind and we couldn't get back to them. We heard that terrible things were happening, that people didn't have food or basic things for a living. My father had been sending packages to our home address without even knowing whether they were still alive. Then one day he told me that he planned to join a convoy to try and find my mom and sister. All I was able to think was that I was going to lose my dad too, not only my mom and sister. His trip lasted for 15 days, but he managed to find them and bring them to Split. Those 10 months changed our family. We were living in a constant fear, and I was sad to watch my dad withering away. At the same time, not knowing what was going on with my mom and sister. Terrible. I was only 15 then, and all I could do was pray for them. Thank God we all survived. I sincerely wish no one would ever have to live through this horror of war. It doesn't end with victory, only with loss on both sides.
During the war in Croatia, more than 1,260 children were wounded. 35 children are still presumed missing. 5,497 kids lost one of their parents. 74 children lost both of their parents. 402 children died and the youngest victim was only 3 months old. His name was Ivan.
If we ask children, no wars would never happen. Children only wish for a happy life full of laughter and happiness. We hope no harm will ever come your way and stories of wars and refugees will only be stories. God bless.
The moon riding high. Let me bid you farewell. Every man has to die, but it's written in the stars. in every line in your palm. We're fools to make war on our brothers in arms.